For some reason, it seems in the Bitcoin Cash community, there's sort of a singularity of token stuff going on. Everybody's obsessed with tokens all of a sudden. Today's news, or at least the most important news I see this morning, is that Hypo Yang of Via BTC announces that they will fully support Wormhole in CoinEx and Via BTC. So this is significant because Hypo is the CEO of Via BTC, which is the mining company that basically created Bitcoin Cash. They mined it at the very start to make sure it could survive. And they have an exchange called CoinEx, and Hypo's been wanting to figure out a way to do tokens, and so they've decided to do Wormhole. Now, there's a bit of there's sort of some backstory worth appreciating here, because Via BTC raised money from Bitmain. If I understand correctly, Bitmain is a minority investor in Via BTC, and so this is like, I mean, basically when I read the announcements, like, I would love to see like a technical explanation. Is this actually the best protocol, or are you guys just figuring out a protocol that you sort of agree to, which is fine? But I would love to see more information about Wormhole, because basically the web page is just hard to. There's just not that much information there. There's a white paper that's in Chinese. Everything's in Chinese. So in the English-speaking world, we're relying on translations to even understand what this is. But I have some questions about Wormhole. Like, basically, what is this new token? I mean, who's going to create the new token? Is there a new utility token that we all have to like buy a Wormhole to be able to use this new protocol? Let us know these details. That's the most important detail. And how is that token going to be distributed? Is there going to be an ICO or something for this new token? So a top question here is basically, is there going to be like an ecosystem supported colored coins protocol or other token protocol? If it's not colored coins, it's something else. I'm not really sure right now, but it's significant that CoinEx and Via BTC are moving forward with supporting this particular protocol. So if I see more information about this that sort of answers my questions, then I'll sort of do more work on Wormhole. I mean, it could be that this will end up being the standard protocol for tokens on Bitcoin Cash. At the present moment, though, I'm not convinced. I feel like I don't know. It's very unclear what's going to happen. There are all these other proposals at the same time. So let me just breeze through a couple of the other articles sort of on yours right now, as well as a Google Doc I'll get to in a second here. So somebody named Lon wrote an article called "Op Return-Based Tokens Are Fundamentally Flawed." If you're really interested in tokens and colored coins and stuff like that on Bitcoin Cash, this is worth reading. I personally disagree. I think that, look, it's great that we can create tokens without changing the protocol rules of Bitcoin Cash at all. And it's permissionless. I mean, if somebody wants to create a token on Bitcoin Cash, they can do so. Yes, it is true that you don't have all of the same security guarantees as Bitcoin Cash itself. And in order to get security guarantees like that, we would need to change the consensus protocol of Bitcoin Cash. But that's a pretty big barrier. I mean, like, that means we actually have to change something that requires convincing a whole lot of people. Whereas we can have another way to create tokens that doesn't require that we change anything. So that's colored coins. And that's these other sort of meta protocols that live inside op return or other metadata in a transaction. So it's worth reading, but I disagree personally. There's another article this morning from Jonald Fuchball. Tokens do not necessarily need the same security model as Bitcoin Cash. That is a very appropriate response to this other article. So this too is worth reading. I agree with Jonald. We don't. The tokens do not necessarily need to have the same security model as Bitcoin Cash. I mean, what do you actually need in your token system? Ask yourself that question, and ask yourself what technology or platform allows you to get what you need. For a lot of use cases, the SLP, Simple Ledger Protocol, that I'm a co-author of, although my input was probably less than 1/5 of the protocol, but. This solves the problem for a lot of people, and it solves it in a way that can be done right now without having to ask permission from anybody. So read Jonald's article as well. There's another article by Mark B. Lundberg, who is comparing and contrasting two of the new protocols that came out like yesterday. One is SLP, and the other one is the Kryptonized Cash, I guess it's called. which is a implementation of the coloredcoins.org protocol. So I won't go through this article, but if you're all clued into this token stuff and you want to know more, this is a fantastic article that compares and contrasts these two proposals. Unfortunately, there's a lot more than two proposals going on right now. So I guess it would be nice really if somehow somebody put together like a really long article that compared and contrasted every single one of the protocols here, because there's not just SLP and Kryptonize It. There's also Wormhole, there's also Group, there's Tokita, and there's all the other protocols that have existed sort of in the past. It would be great to have a massive like compare and contrast so that those of us that are really interested in just trying to figure out what is the best one can just look at the ups and downs of each protocol side by side. That would be extremely nice if somebody happened to want to put that together. I guess it's possible over time I will eventually put that together myself as I assemble information about all these different protocols. But in any case, this is a very good article. I read through it quickly. I'll read through it again later because Mark seems to know what he's talking about, and this is a very accurate comparison and contrast here. And then finally, I'm just going to link to the document for SLP. I don't want to go through that right now. Unfortunately, I have another call in a few minutes, so I just don't want to record this video forever. But I'll link to that again, and I think I'll also go ahead and link to the Wormhole webpage as well. Because Wormhole, it may turn out that Wormhole ends up being the most widely adopted protocol here just because it's got some very strong businesses that are backing it. So it could turn out that it ends up sort of winning this ecosystem battle and becomes the token protocol on Bitcoin Cash, or the primary one, because there's no reason why we can't have many of them at the same time. It's not like we all have to use the same one. They can coexist. All right, so that's all I have time for today. Thank you for watching.